Looking at a problem that ain't going nowhere. Problem that is looking at you every day and you're looking at it every day. You have a child that is in the 20s and still behaving like a 3-year-old. How happy can you be? How excited can you be? Honestly, it's not easy. Situations that are ain't going nowhere. Situations that they have prayed and fasted. They have climbed mountain to pray and go to the valley to pray. Situations that they have taken a bath with olive oil like saying a hot water. Thinking, okay, this is it. But it's not it. There's no leave, there's no transfer. You feel stuck. And you're crying every day asking God, why, God, why? It's not something you can wish your worst enemy if you have a worst enemy. So please, if you see any child that has Down syndrome, some are more severe than others. But is there a disability? Yes. There are some functional children and there are non-functional. There are mild functional. There are moderate functional. They are severely non-functional. They can do nothing for themselves. Nothing. All you can do is to show kindness, show love, show empathy. Be nice. Be nice. People are going through hard time. Some people are talking about money. Some people are talking about health. Money situation is changeable, but health situation most times are unchangeable. It's just there. They look at me, they look you. And these are chronic disability, autism and Down syndrome. These two are the most devastating childhood illnesses that goes to adulthood. And it's manageable depending on the level, the spectrum level that child has. Some are severe, some are mild, some are moderate, some are functional, some are no-go area. They are on diapers from the day they were giving birth to the day they buy. They never walk from day one till the day they go by. If you have it all together, your kids are up and going, they are healthy, you don't even know what God has done for you. Your kids are healthy. They are talking when they are supposed to talk. They walk when they are supposed to walk. They go to school. They are coming home with good grades. They are doing things the way they should, other kids should be doing. You don't know what God has done for you. Have you ever come across a little child that has these facial expressions, facial things going on? You know, you look at this child and he or she looks so different from everybody else. You know, this child has lazy small eyes, or they look spot-wise, or they look upwards slanting, or they have this vision disorder. You know, they have these small low laying ears, or maybe they have flat nose bridge, or maybe they have this slightly flattened facial profile, or maybe they have short neck. Their necks look shorter than everybody else, or maybe they have these difficulties in thinking. Their behaviors look so different. They don't understand regular things like normal people do, or maybe they have these bent little fingers, or maybe their hands are shorter than or smaller than normal. You know, they have these displays so it doesn't line up very well. Or maybe you look at them, they have these excessive thick skin, especially at the back of their necks. They have this flaccid, weak muscle tone. They have difficulties in hearing, or maybe they have this mouth that they always leave them open. Either they are drooling or they are breathing through their mouth. Or you look at them, they are obese, they are bigger or short, you know, chubbier than every other kid. Or maybe they have these dental problems, their teeth all over scattered. Or maybe this kind of children have, you know, single line in their palm. You know how people have multiple lines in their palm? If you look at their palm, they have single line. They don't have these multiple lines. Or maybe you look at these kids, you know, they are shorter than average children, or even in their adulthood, they are shorter than normal people. Stubborn, they throw tantrums anyhow, they don't follow directions, they don't listen to nobody, they are hyper, seriously hyper, and they have these obsessive or compulsive behaviors. Maybe they have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, or maybe this kind of case, they have these generalized difficulties paying attention. They don't understand things the way ordinary people have. Even in childhood, they have difficulties being potty trained. Have you ever seen a kid or young adult or adult looking this way with this facial expression? Have you ever seen one? You know, this kind of people, it doesn't matter their race, ethnicity, or part of the world they are being given birth to. They all look alike. Yes. Have you seen one like this? They all look alike, whether male, female, they all look alike, whether white, black, they all look alike, whether Christian, Muslim, they all look alike, whether they were born in a civilized country or uncivilized or under-civilized, they all look alike. Down syndrome is one of the neurological disorders or chronic conditions that affect so many kids. Did you choose who you gave birth to? No. It was just God Almighty that gave you a healthy child. So if you happen to have a healthy child, normal child, everything, thank God. Don't brag about it so much. Just thank God. Because those that have kids with Down syndrome or maybe autism or maybe any other disease or chronic illnesses, they did not choose those kids. And you didn't do anything better than them. It's just the grace of God that we have the type of children we have. So Down syndrome has a wide range of developmental delays, intellectual and physical disability. It has this distinctive facial appearance and other health issues that comes with it. You know, people with Down syndrome or children with Down syndrome are always in and out of the hospital, especially in their early years of birth. Why do people have children with Down syndrome? Why? It has been linked to people having children in their older years. What about those that are having children with Down syndrome when they are young? How about that? So there is no specific situation or condition or conclusion that makes children to have Down syndrome. But in other words, during biological, tests in the lab and all that, all the chromosomes in human beings are paired, okay? So instead of this chromosome 21 to be paired, it triples. So every child born with 21 chromosomes that tripled automatically has Down syndrome. The 23 chromosomes in our body, instead of it duplicating and being 46, children with Down syndrome have 47 chromosomes. So symptoms I listed are universal. Wherever you see any child with Down syndrome, they have those things, those symptoms that I mentioned. Yes, they look alike in my village, they look alike in Lagos, they look alike in Italy, they look alike in UK, they look alike in US. Both black and white, rich, poor, they look alike. When somebody has this Down syndrome, what can we do as parents, as auntie, as uncle, as a church member, as a well-wisher, as a neighbor, as a friend, in that this person has this neurological disorder? What can you do? So first of all, you need to make sure that there's a diagnosis. This child keeps on growing. You need to key into every little help you can give this child to at least maximize the possibilities, the power, the strength, the energy, the intellectual he or she has. You got to maximize it. So children with Down syndrome, we're not helping them to be cured. No, they are not going to be cured, but we're going to manage their life, manage their situation, their condition is chronic, okay? So what you would do for children with Down syndrome is to treat their symptoms. So early intervention matters a lot. Again, physical and occupational therapy is a goal. Speech therapy is a go. You have to make sure that they are being bombarded with speech all the time. Please make sure you maximize all the resources when these kids are very, very young. What about behavioral therapy? Remember I told you they have this compulsive behavior, they have this repetitive behavior. They have this tantrum, they throw anyhow. So again, behavioral therapy and emotional support is a go. You need to plug them in these areas. Then again, make sure that they participate in a special education program in schools, even in Sunday school, in churches. Make sure you plug them in special education. The earlier, the better. Okay? Then what about treating their underlying illnesses? Some of them have asthma, thyroid issues, some psychiatric issues. They have heart defects. What about making sure they wear glasses? Because some of them have vision problem. Remember I told you that their eyes are drooping. They have lazy eye and their eyes lie low. Their eyes are always circle and they look like they're shining more than regular eyes. Are they having some difficulty hearing, hard of hearing? Make sure you plug them in with hearing aid. That will help them to hear better. At least before we go to the understanding part, are they really hearing what is being spoken to them or said to them? What about support group? You know, for parents who are undergoing these difficult times, trying to adjust to the new situation, because if you have a child with Down syndrome, trust me, this is emotional breakdown to families that have this kind of kid. But what can you do? You got to pick up the pieces and run with it. Being in a support group is a go. Do you know any family that have these difficulties? Be a channel of blessing, not a channel of curse. You don't see such children and you start talking, oh, they didn't train this child, they are not doing this, the parents are, hey, it's a difficult time, difficult and heartbreaking time for every family that has a kid with disability. So this is not a time to criticize what the mother did or what the father did or what they should have done. And be a channel of blessing, a resource that will be very, very useful for such families. Support them, help them, okay? It's not a time to criticize how they are raising this child. Trust me, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. These families are heartbroken. Remember, you didn't choose healthy kids for yourself. It's just God's grace that your kids are all healthy. Okay, so kneel down and thank God. It's not time to criticize whose child is not healthy or to blame whose child is not healthy. Okay, be a channel of blessing, a channel of resource, a channel of help, but not to add to the existing problem. So again, if you know any referral, support group, any channel that will help this family, please do, okay? Please make sure that this child is up to date in his or her vaccinations, regular health checkups. Take them to the doctors. You need the referral specialists. Please make yourself available. I know it's terribly difficult. Have genetic counseling. Yes, go for genetic counseling. Be kind and inclusive. Should any of these kids come close to you, be empathetic and show them love and kindness. It's not time to close your door and kick them out. It's not the time to say, go to your papa, go to your mama, or who has this dumb and this child that is not doing well, or who gave birth to this mumu. No. Some of these things, a lot of us did it out of ignorance when we didn't know. Okay, we see a child that is not healthy, that is not, developing well enough, we start laughing. So again, let's feel for each other. Let's be accommodative. Let's be inclusive. Let's show empathy. Let's show love. Let's show kindness. Pray for families that are affected. Even when you don't tell them, remember them in your prayers. If you have heard my voice today, think about somebody that is in these situations and pray for that family. A lot of people have hit divorce because of situations like this. A lot of husband and wife couldn't contain each other anymore because of situations like this, because it drained their emotion. It affected their relationship so badly. If there is nothing else you can do for them, remember them in your prayers. Very, very important. That's all I got to say. So you all have a wonderfully blessed weekend. See your girl, Aniota. I love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Bye, guys. Bye.